Hey, what's good? Y'all see the title of the video, bro? This is story time of the first time I ever got. You know what I'm saying? Every time I got zooted, bro. My bad, bro. I'm just saying, look. This is story time of the first time I ever got, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Boys was slumped. Like, I mean, I had panic attacks, all that. But look, we're going to get into that later in the story. Now, let's just get into it. Alright, so number one, bro. I want to let y'all know I do not condone doing this. I've been stopped years ago. The only time I did that was when I was 13, when I was 12 and 13. No, I was 13 when I started doing this. I was 13, and I've never done this ever since. You feel what I'm saying? But we're going to get into how I even got in a position to even get my hands on this to do this. You feel what I'm saying? So, look, we're going to call my friend, we're going to call him Spliff. Obviously, if you know what a Spliff is, you know, in New York, you guys know what that is. But look, we're going to call him Spliff. Spliff, he was always smoking. Like, he was heavy on smoking, bro. He was an Arab nigga. People from my school, y'all know who I'm probably talking about, but he was a little Arab nigga, bro. And Spliff, he was always, bro, he was always getting high. Like, it was never a day where that boy was not high, bro. Like, people know, like, yo, Spliff got gas. Like, that was always going on, you feel what I'm saying? But this also took time, like, when I really, like, you know, got to, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I was always cool with Spliff, but I've never really, like, ever done that, you feel me? Because I was just a kid in middle school. I didn't really want to be doing stuff like that. But once I got suspended, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I had so much time to myself, I started wilding, bro. So look, after I got suspended, bro, me and Spliff, we would always hang out, you feel what I'm saying? But I was never, like, smoking with him or doing nothing like that. I never was ever on that, you feel what I'm saying? Me and Spliff, we was always cool, bro. We was just chill, we was cool. You wasn't on that, you feel what I'm saying? But, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. When I was just, like, started to get a little bit influenced. This is why I say you are who you hang around. But I started to get a little bit influenced from always smoking. I'm like, bro, why you always smoking weed, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why you always smoking weed? Keep in mind, Spliff is still mad cool. Like, I'm gonna be honest, you are who you hang around to an extent. Let me harbor on that real quick. You are who you hang around to an extent, because if you let people get you into bad things, that's on you, bro. You can still be cool with people and not let them get you into, well, I won't even say bad things, but things that you know you don't really rock with. But nah, Spliff's still a cool person. He's still very goal oriented. He still, you know what I'm saying, do what he gotta do. Spliff cool as hell, bro. I mess with Spliff. But look, bro, I was like, why are you smoking all the time? Like, is smoking weed really that good? Like, is it really that good? You feel what I'm saying? And bro, my boy was like, bro, trust me, if you ever got into this, if you get into this, like, you gonna understand why we do this. You feel what I'm saying? Which I do, but I don't do that. I haven't done that for years, and I understand why. But I feel like smoking, it just made me feel very lazy, and like, it made me feel very lazy and unorganized and drowsy, if that makes sense. And I don't like feeling that way because, bro, the stuff I do and what I'm focused on, I cannot be that way for. It would take me off my path. You see what I'm saying? But, bro, I ended up telling him, I was like, you know what? Next time we hang out, I'm going to try it. You feel what I'm saying? But keep in mind, we ran into a problem. Spliff wasn't the one getting the, like, the, you know what I'm saying? The gas, bro. It was other people. So, look, y'all, keep in mind, at the time, bro, I was in the burbs at this time. So, just know the people who had gas was them white boys who was skating around with their backpack on, you feel what I'm saying? But I don't know how, though, but them boys really had good weed, though. They really did. But look, I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. My man Spliff, right? He was like, look, it's with other people. I gotta go. I'm going to call because they were brothers. I'm going to call these two people. We're going to call them Skate and the other one Board. You know what I'm saying? Skateboard. Again, they was on the skateboard, you know, doing what they was doing. But we're going to call them Skate and Board. Basically, my bro, because he wanted the whole Spliff to himself, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna link up with Skate and Board. We can link up with them, like, shoot, maybe, like, I think it was like 2 to 3 days afterwards. Or actually, no, I think it might have been the next day we actually went and linked up, bro. It was like, it was one of them days. I don't know what day, when it was. All I know was that I linked with Spliff the day before or a couple days before. We linked up with Skate and Board, and I got to, you know what I'm saying. But basically, long story short, bro, I ended up calling up, you know what I'm saying, I ended up calling Spliff. He told me, hey, yeah, pull up to this location, da-da-da. And, bruh, my dad dropped me off. He ain't know that I was going to smoke weed. So don't even out here say that. Don't even say like my dad. I have a bad dad. I don't have a bad dad, y'all. Trust me. If my dad found out I went over there to the house and did that, trust me. The way back, he would have picked me up and he would have, you know what I'm saying? Give me an ass whooping, bro. I would have got belt to ass. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So I have a great dad, y'all. Don't ever think I don't have a good dad. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, my dad dropped me off, and bro, long story short, we had to go to the back of their shed. You know what I'm saying? They had a little bong, John, like the little small bong, and bro, I started hitting that John. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And bro, I had the most hits out of everybody because it was my first time. So they let me keep hitting that. You feel me? Pause. Hold. Y'all know what I meant, bro. They let me keep, you know what I'm saying? Take a hit. Yeah, take a hit. You know what I'm saying? They let me keep, you know what I'm saying? Keep taking a hit. So, bro, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was doing it so much, I'm like, bro, I don't feel nothing. Because I thought it was gonna be an instant feel. So I kept doing it. You feel me? It was like, all right, bro, you had enough, bro. Pass it around. I'm like, yo, let me hit that shit again. Because I don't feel nothing. I really didn't feel nothing, bro. But, bro, little did I know, I was super zooted. They're like, bro, look at your eyes, bro. How do you not feel nothing? I'm like, bro, I don't feel nothing, bro. Let me say, they're like, all right, bro. They're like, bro, they're like, see, we gave you so much, though. You probably gonna trip out, and it's your first time. Keep in mind, it was not wrong. I ended up tripping out later on. But, bro, I kept hitting that joint, and, bro, we just went back inside, and then I started to feel it. You feel me? But I was up. I was walking around. You know when you walking around, you know how when you first, you know what I'm saying, and like you smell, you know what I'm saying, you sitting down, it's like, it feels like your body moving the whole time you sitting very still. But it feels like your body moving and floating. You feel me? It's like, it's crazy. Keep in mind, it's how y'all know I don't do that like that no more though. Cause I'm telling you, that was my one time I did it. I did it other times after that, but it never really hit me like that, and I ain't really like doing it no more. So it's been, like I said, it's been years. But, bruh, it's like my body felt like it was sitting. When I was sit still, my body felt like it was moving. But keep in mind, again, when we went inside the house, we was moving around. They was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm hungry, cause they took hella hits. You feel what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, I ain't hungry. They're like, nah, trust me, you gonna get hungry when you do this. What's crazy is it's like almost everything they said, I was the opposite of at first. When I first took my couple hits, I wasn't tripping. I didn't feel it at first. You feel what I'm saying? Then it was saying gonna be hungry. I wasn't hungry. Actually, after the high wore off eventually, like later down the line, you feel what I'm saying? I had no appetite. I didn't even want to eat. You feel what I'm saying? And like, yo, bro, so when we was standing up, like I said, when we were standing up, and they had me go eat, you feel me? Then I sat on the couch. That's when I started to feel it, bro. I was tripping, yo. My body was moving. I was lazy. I was going. I was lazy. I was like this, and I just felt great, but it was a weird great. It's like I'm like, yo, I never want to do this ever again. But it feel good, but I don't want to do this again. It just feel weird. And then, bro, I kid you not, when I ended up getting up, and I started to trip. I'm like, yo, hold on, I don't feel good, yo. You feel me? And, bro, I ended up going down on the table. Then I felt better. You feel me? Then I went upstairs, and I was laying on the floor, and I felt crazy. It was crazy, bro. And then Skate, you know what I'm saying? Again, we're gonna call them Skate and Board, the brothers. Skate, I was up in the room with Skate, and I was just laying on the floor. I was out of it. But then out of nowhere, I started tripping out again, bro. And then so they took me down to like, hey, yo, boy. He said, Skate said to boy, yo, he's bugging out. They're like, all right, bro, bet we gotta get him to the table. And I went back on the table, put my head down again. Then after that, you know what I'm saying, I went back to the couch. They was on the game. I was just chilling. And bro, I was so out of it, bro. My dad texted me, what are you doing? Before I sent the message, I texted, I'm smoking weed and I'm high. But then I'm like, oh shoot, and I deleted it, bro. I didn't even realize. I was so out of it, I was about to tell my dad I was smoking weed and I'm high, bro. You know what I'm saying? But after that, me and Spliff, after me and Spliff went to Skate and Board's crib, bro, I ended up walking back to my home, because my home was like down up the street, you feel what I'm saying? But I ended up walking back to my home, the high wore off. Like I said, I tried to eat. Again, later, after my high wore off, I tried to eat. My parents ordered me Chinese food. I just couldn't eat it, bro. I was so like, I didn't have an appetite after doing that. You feel what I'm saying? But look, y'all, that's my first time getting high. That's my first experience. Like, that's my first time ever getting high. That's my first time ever, like, you know what I'm saying, hearing that. And I don't recommend it, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't want y'all thinking this is a video of me promoting doing that, because I'll tell y'all right now, I don't do that no more. Again, I find I find delayed gratification more gratifying than instant gratification. I like getting to the bag, seeing how my money be working in the stock market and crypto market, like my money working over time, and me doing something now benefits me in my future. I like seeing stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, this is it. That was my first experience getting high for real. That's how it happened. Literally, that's how it happened. You know what I'm saying? Again, Spliff. Shout out to Spliff, bro. I miss them boys. Shout out to Skate and Board too. You feel what I'm saying? Can't believe I got logged out of my other Snapchat account, bro. I can't log back into that. I gotta figure out that password. But I got mad people on there, and it's like I can't even like go on there, bro. Like it's annoying. But look, y'all, if you new here, bro, I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of y'all. You feel what I'm saying? If you new here, make sure that sub, like, comment. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot more bangers on the way. You feel me? And yeah, bro, that's it, y'all. Everybody who already is subbed up to though and is watching this, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for real. You feel me? But other than that though, y'all boys, it's Ayo Vaughn, and I'm gonna see y'all with the next video for real.